Good evening, and welcome back to day 2 of the 365 Daily Dose of Inspiration for the year 2017. I have a really good quote for you today. It's by one of my very favorite authors who passed away last year by the name of Wayne Dyer. I love him so much. I discovered Wayne back in 1994, and his teachings have changed my life in so many ways. And so it's quite fitting for me to use one of his quotes early in the year, and I'm probably going to be using several of them throughout the year. So you may have heard of this quote, and some of you may not. You may not have known it was Wayne that first said this quote. So it's the quote. If you got a pen and paper, or either your iPad or your phones, however way you want to translate this quote, it is: your life is the show and not a dress rehearsal. Let me repeat that. Your life is the show and not a dress rehearsal. So many times in our life, I'm guilty of it as well, we're always getting ready to do. One day when the children get older, or one day when the kids get out of college, or one day when I can make more money, or when this happened or when that happened, that's when I'll go back to school. That's when I'll start my business. That's when I'll start working out. If we continue to put that time frame, if you will, of always getting ready, you'll never be ready. It's just that simple. So let's break that quote down. Your life is the show, not a dress rehearsal. What is a dress rehearsal? It's getting ready. It's practicing. If you've ever been to a live performance before, or an opera of some kind, you will see that they have many dress rehearsals before the actual performance. It's always they dress up, they do their lines, but it's not the actual show itself. So they're steady practicing, and that has its place. Don't get me wrong, that has its place. But for this quote, in the context of it, we're always getting ready. One day I'm going to do this. One day I'm going to do that. And you never end up doing it. And so I like to put together, and this is for really the procrastinators out there. Now, I don't fall in that category. I've coached many people that are procrastinators. And so if you have found yourself in that box where you have listed yourself as a procrastinator, today, until today, you are a procrastinator. Okay? Because you're going to start with small steps in order to work yourself out of that. Whatever the goal is, it can be starting a workout regimen. Let's just start there. And then we're going to work on to other bigger things. If you haven't worked out in years, the last thing you want to do is get on a treadmill and work out for about an hour, because you won't get on it again. Not in 2017. Your body, those muscles that you haven't worked in all this time, is going to be screaming at you in the morning. So it's all about baby steps, okay? If you think of a steak, you know how large a steak is, think of your goal, okay, as that steak. Don't try to swallow it whole. That's what makes you overwhelmed. That's what gets people in the dress rehearsal stage of life instead of in the show. Because they see this thing is so big. Like, I want to start this business. It's so big. It's so many working components to it, to where it overwhelms you and you don't do anything. Okay. And so if you think of that steak and you break it down into bite-sized pieces, that's how you actually eat a steak. Well, that's actually how you work your plan. Whatever that thing is, that's how you do it. You break it down into bite-sized pieces, things that you can do. Remember, this is your goal. You can't compare yourself to anyone else, to your coworker, to your cousin, your sister, your husband, your wife. You have to run your race. Okay, so stay in your lane and run your race. You can't do what other people are doing. You can't compare yourself. That'll trip you up every time. Okay, so set a goal for yourself. We used exercising to start with. Do 10 minutes on the treadmill. 15 minutes tops for about 2 weeks. Just get on there 3 days a week, 2 days a week, 1 day a week. The goal is to start a pattern, to rework what you're already doing. That's the whole idea. And so if you begin in small little steps, you'll progressively see yourself getting better, and you'll reward yourself because you accomplished something. You set a goal and you accomplished it. You told yourself, you said, self, I'm going to get on this treadmill for 10 minutes, 15 minutes, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, or Friday, Saturday, Sunday, whatever works for you. I'm going to get on it for 10 minutes. And you do it and you accomplish it. That feels good. Okay? It feels wonderful to be able to do that. And so you start small and then you inch your way up. Okay? So we used exercising as one example. Let's use going back to school or business, because that's a big thing. A lot of times people have dreams of running their own company, or they can cook really good and they want to open up a restaurant, or whatever the case may be. The thing to do is, if you have a regular full-time job, you can work this thing on the weekend. You need to start getting all the research, everything you need to do about what it is you want to do, and start that thing. The first action step is the research. Many people don't believe that's an action step, but it is, because you're now out of the dreaming mode and you're putting legs on your dream. That's very important, you see. So your life is the show. Let's take that aspect of the quote. That means your life is happening now. The camera is on now. It's not going to come on. It's on now. It's like, we talked about the subconscious mind yesterday. Think of that as a camera. It's on 365 days a year, 7 days a week. It never shuts off. It records everything you say. So that's why it's so important that you watch the language that you speak, because it's power in this tongue. And your mind is steady recording all of those things, all of those reactions, the words that you speak into this recorder. Your life is the show. It's like, okay, show me what you want. And if you're always saying, well, one day I'm going to do that, or you're watching someone on television, you're like, one day I'm going to do that, or I sure would like to do that, or someday that's going to happen for me. Well, your someday is today. I want you to get action steps, put legs on your dreams. That's what this quote is all about. Your life is the show. You've got to start performing. And don't let the ego fool you into thinking that it has to be a big grand performance. No, just show up. Sometimes you just have to show up and let the universe do the rest. That's the whole idea, is that to get yourself in that mode of out of the dream stage. I've had and opened up probably 3 companies early on in my life, from starting at 21 years old. And I was fired up, and this was before the days of the internet. This was 92 and 3, and so starting a company, didn't have the best credit, didn't have experience, didn't have a really big, money in the bank, had no money in the bank, as a matter of fact, but I had that fire, I had that passion. And when I tell you I hit the ground running, no one could tell me no. If they told me no, I was going to go to the next person until they told me yes. And so sometimes it starts with a willingness. You can't talk yourself out of your dreams. You can't allow the reality of life. Well, I don't have enough money, or I don't know the right people. It's about who you know. Oh, listen, throw that down the drain. Leave that back in 2016, darling. Today is a new day. When I tell you that I've done it and you can do it, if I can do it, you can do it. And so whatever it is that you want to do, and you feel that it is your passion. And later on in the week or later on in the month, I'm going to talk about how do you discover what your purpose is, because we all have one. But right now, I'm assuming you know what it is. And so if you know what that thing is, and it's a burning desire inside of you, but you have fear stopping you because, you just think, I don't have enough money. I need to wait until the kids get out of school. I need to pay these student loans off for my children. I need to pay my house off. I need to pay my cars off. You'll be waiting forever, because it's always going to be something, you see. And so get in the business of living your dreams. This is about you. You got to get in the business of you. Very key and very important. I love this quote. Your life is the show, not a dress rehearsal. Don't you like that? I love that. Well, I could go on, but I promised you I was going to keep it at about 10 minutes. We're almost there. And so, I'm going to leave you with an affirmation. Before I give you the affirmation, if you want personal one-on-one coaching with me, that's what I do. For those of you who are new, make sure you go to day number 1 It's very important that you start with day number 1 and then, find out a little bit about myself, life coach, hypnotherapist, and you can always email me at naturalborncoach@hotmail.com. Once again, naturalborncoach@hotmail.com. And then I'll email you my price list for email coaching and for phone coaching. And so if there's something that is going on in your personal life, whether it is trying to find out your life purpose, dealing with family issues, dealing with relationship issues, self-esteem and confidence issues, whatever those things are, just reach out, give me a shout, and I'll let you know if I'll be able to assist you or not. Okay. But this is my life purpose. I'm living it right now, and I want to help you do the same. Okay. So today's affirmation is, today is a great day to succeed. This is the show. Today is a great day. What other day is there to succeed? All right. That's today's affirmation. Once again, the quote of the day, day number 2, is your life is the show and not a dress rehearsal, by Wayne Dyer. Well, I hope you enjoyed today's quote. Make sure you reach out to me if you have any questions, even if you don't want personal one-on-one coaching, but you have a question about this quote or any other quotes that you're going to hear throughout the year. Just reach out to me and we'll chat it up. All right. Enjoy your evening. Enjoy your day. Namaste. And I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.